Hello, today we'll see the mod operation on float numbers. Let's say that we have 5 mods 1.5. That's gonna give us an error because that's not an operator for float numbers. We cannot find it here. There is, however, a method, the fmod, which returns a floating point remainder of x divided by y, keeping the sign of x. This is pretty similar to the mod operator, but for float numbers. We can use the example from the previous video. Change this to a float. Let's say 5. Float 1.5. This is integer division, we'll leave it as it is. We can use an int constructor so that we don't get a warning. This is not necessary because both numbers are float now. Okay, we have to change this one. We'll use the fmod, dividend, and divisor. Now for the pos mod, we'll just use the fpos mod. We'll see that one later. And this is a float. So is the pos mod. All of the variables change to a float except for the int division. Select the part for the pos mod and press Ctrl K to turn them into comments. So we're gonna focus on this part. So 5 divided to 1.5 gives us 3.infinite. The integer division gives us 3. 3 times our divisor will give us 4.5. So our remainder is 0.5. Okay, also let's change the symbol. This is now the fmod. Again, just like before, we can also have negative numbers. You can see that if one of the numbers is negative, the division will give us negative sign. And we'll still get 4.5. So the remainder remains 0.5. If the dividend is negative and the divisor positive, we'll get a negative result. Multiply it by 1.5 and we get minus 4.5. So the remainder is minus 0.5, which has the same sign as our dividend, just like with the mod operator. And finally, if both are negative, the result will have the same sign as the dividend. Fmod is equivalent to the mod operation but for float numbers. Okay, now select this and uncomment it. Let's change this to fpos mod and this one to fmod. both numbers positive, there is no change. If the divisor is negative, then f mod will give us a positive number, and we have to increase it by our divisor, so that the result will have the same sign as the divisor. So we get a negative number. Let's try negative dividend. Now the divisor is positive and the result is negative. So f post mod will change it to a positive. And finally, if both are negative, we get the same. One last thing, f mod can also have 0. And we get not a number. Same with f post mod. Still none. Okay, that's it for the mod operations on float numbers. In the next video, we'll see the wrap function. Till next time.